poetry. Man, quit fucking coughing into the mic.
Is that what I'm doing?
That's what the levels say.
That's the last one. Not the Rona. Don't worry.
The Rona.
I'm glad I parked. Dude, the other day I parked. I'm looking at my car right now. I parked like in the middle of the street, kind of.
When you were here?
This is like, yeah, a couple weeks ago. I parked like right in the middle of the road on the right side of the road, like not close to the curb. And I didn't realize it, and I got out, and your neighbor came out, and like I heard him yelling something like, "Is that where you're gonna park?" Like,
I remember that.
And then I said, so, I kind of shot him like I'm sorry, look. And then I got back in, and I tried to get closer to the curb, and I literally like maybe moved an inch. But
Was it this guy or the guy over here?
It was this guy over there. I don't.
Oh,
guy with all the lawn mowers and shit.
Okay, he's all right. I like him. The guy with the motorcycle.
It's whatever. He was right though. I was like right in the middle of the road. But that is what it is, dude. I got phlegm in my lungs. I got a
phlegm.
Well, not my lungs, my throat. I'm just like I die this time of year.
Is phlegm spelled with a PH?
It is indeed.
Isn't there a G in there too?
Yeah, man. It's like.
Here, spell phlegm for us for the class.
PHLEGM. Phlegm. Can you use it in a sentence? Can you give me the description? Can you dude, fuck spelling bees, man.
You couldn't even get pussy in a spelling bee.
Can you use it in a pussy? Can you use it in a sentence?
POUSIE.
Can you I don't know.
This is weird. We haven't casted in like 2 weeks. I just feel out of practice.
There ain't no practice to it. It's just talking.
Yeah, there's a practice to it.
My thing is I just want to, like, right now my head hurts. I just want to say what I'm thinking and just respond to what you're saying and not try to do nothing. So
it was very deconstructive of how conversations work.
Man, I don't fucking know. I don't got nothing to talk about because I don't want to just talk. All I've been doing lately is listening to podcasts, and I don't just want to talk about other podcasts.
Yeah,
I want to. This is your own podcast. You got to talk about.
I know it's hard. It's hard to not just regurgitate funny shit I heard on other better podcasts.
I didn't come into this world to There's leaders and there's followers, but I'd rather be a dick than a swallower.
You see, here's the thing. No one's gonna listen to this episode.
You ever hear that line?
Yeah, I've heard that line.
You ever listen to? You ever just sit in the dark and just listen straight through like Yeezus or like Pablo or something like that?
I think
that man's
yeah.
that man's gonna be our next president.
No,
I don't like it at all.
Are you gonna vote for him?
No, fuck no.
Most people not most people, but a lot of people have already voted, and I feel like they weren't aware that Kanye was running until the Joe Rogan episode.
Perhaps.
Which gets back to what I was just saying. No one's gonna listen to this episode because Joe Rogan, his fucking week, it was McConaughey, Maynard James Keenan, and then Kanye West. You can listen to fucking Idiot Boy and Ryan.
Yeah, fuckface, shitbag and fuckface.
Yeah, frickin' frack over here.
No, we got to give ourselves more credit. We got something to talk about.
Yeah, man, we got this is the 35th episode. There's 35 hours of me just babbling like a fucking idiot, acting like I got all the answers, like I'm so fucking smart and so up my own ass.
Maybe you do got all the answers, man. Okay, here's a good question I've been thinking of lately. Would you rather live in order or chaos? Would you rather be the guy that just has a fucking mess everywhere, or would you rather be the guy that has the place so clean that you don't even want to, like, you got plastic wrapped beds and like I've been conflicted with this lately because I've been like,
well, you got to have a balance because I was gonna say like it's kind of a cop out answer, but I feel like I'm pretty balanced.
That's the answer you're looking for.
It's yin and yang.
And that's boring. You can
Speaking of yin and yang,
listen to Jordan Peterson. And hear that shit.
So I tried to throw a little bit of yin into the yang of my life. I applied for a job at Planet Fitness because I saw they were hiring.
That's cool.
And I called them, and I thought that'd be a good counterbalance to the other job I work where I get to eat a bunch of free pizza all the time.
Dude, that might not work out. That actually sounds like a dangerous combination.
But like I called them, and like the guy was like, oh yeah, like we can set up an interview, and he warned me on the phone. He's like, this job doesn't pay very well. I'm like, okay, how much is it? He's like $9.45 an hour. I'm like, okay, that's pretty low. So I get on Hot Schedules, which is the website Papa John's uses to like just show all the schedules, and it also has your wage on there. And I make $9.55 in store at Papa John's, and then really $6 and some change when I'm on the road.
Do you make tips at Planet Fitness though?
No,
they don't tip. They don't like tip the guys. You ever just tip the guy that like wipes off the machines? You ever just like
they're probably not allowed to handle cash.
Here you go, lad. Especially nowadays with COVID, like
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
But those guys are the OGs for that shit because they're actually disinfecting all the gross, sweaty shit.
Yeah, but I kind of have like a lot less respect for them now. I'm like, you're working this job for $9.45 an hour. Like, have some fucking self-respect.
You prick.
No, I'm not.
So you're not. So you don't want to work at Planet Fitness?
I mean, I would like to, but for $9.45 an hour, I'm just gonna keep doing what I'm doing, where I actually end up making more money because I get compensated for gas and tips.
You could like teach a spin class and then like give up on it halfway, and it's like you're biking, you get like 5 miles in, and then like you're just like, you know what, like
they don't have classes there, and they don't have trainers.
Have you ever seen somebody set off the lunk alarm?
No, I haven't.
That's like the best thing about Planet Fitness. I think it's so stupid, but I think it's like kind of brilliant. Like
there's been times and I've heard people slam shit down, but the alarm didn't go off.
I think it's more for people just like yelling. Like it's more for people just like like, you know, just doing the reps. Like I love watching videos.
Okay, like that's one of those things where it's just been ruined by assholes. Because if you're doing anything that's if you're training really fucking hard, sometimes it helps. It just you know.
Dude, I love watching videos of dudes setting off that alarm. It's like you know, just dude bros going like, you fucking ready? You ready? Like, and then it's like it starts like it starts coming in like,
could lift 300 pounds 4 times, bro.
It's just this brilliant cacophony of just testosterone dudes like yelling in this loud fucking like,
I'm Ryan, I own a thesaurus.
Thesaurus. It's actually a 3-syllable word.
Thesaurus.
We really are running out of shit to talk about. I got nothing, people. My pockets are empty. I get no respect. My wife left me fucking. She took the. Yeah.
How was your mushroom trip?
I don't want to fucking talk about. I don't want to talk about that.
Oh.
Right, I don't want to be one of those drug guys like fucking Doug fuck Benson, who's like fucking.
Okay, Doug Benson is different because like that's all he does. He's just like, I'm the stoned guy.
I'm the fucking. I smoke the weed. You want to smoke weed?
You know I smoke herb, right?
You want to get high? You want to get fucking high? You want to get high with a stranger? Fucking high. No, now I'm just shitting on people. I don't want to shit on Doug Benson. Doug Benson's fucking fine.
He is funny.
It's
so fucking easy to make fun of pot smokers, though.
Oh yeah, dude. It's like
it's the easiest shit in the world to do.
It is a healthy herb.
The ganja herb.
Yeah, I don't.
You put it in the earth. So how about Kanye West referring to Earth as Earth in the Joe Rogan Experience?
He also calls truth. I think that's just a Chicago thing, dude. It's just at the end of the day, the dude's just he's got a scent, and when you really think about it, he's got his kind of own scent because like he's like not scent, not just like a smell. Nah, he's got his
something
own.
Smelling like shit. That's the new fragrance.
Hey,
just
there we go.
Means I do it my way, bitch.
Go. But I think he's got his own way of talking. What I'm worried about is like he's really gone full utopian. Like what he's talking about, he's all like, "I'm gonna build a new church. I'm gonna make a 200,000 seat arena." And it's like,
yeah,
it's gonna be.
We got people in there 6 days a week.
And
practicing
God told
religion.
me to do all of this. Like that's, dude. That's a making of like a Jonestown. You know what I mean? That's. But
it's Kane West.
But also, like his heart is in the right place.
Is it?
In my opinion, I really do think so.
You don't think he's actually bipolar?
Well, yeah, he is bipolar, but so what? A lot of people are bipolar, dude. Like, and at the end of the day, it's like the dude, he really does think differently, and whenever he like whenever he talks about stuff, he really is like saying some real shit. The problem is because he's like all over the place, his mind's going from like polar opposites one to another 30 times a minute. He's talking in 5 dimensions. You know what I mean? Like he's saying shit. He's one of those guys who like he talks faster than he thinks, but he also thinks at the fucking speed of a freight train.
Well,
So
you can't talk or write as fast as you think.
you know what I'm saying? It's a fucking.
I do
figure
know
of speech,
what you
man.
mean.
And that's the problem. It's hard to kind of tell what he means. That's why half that interview, Kanye's just ranting and Rogan's just listening.
Because I haven't listened to all of it yet.
How do you respond to that shit? How do you respond to that shit where he's saying we're gonna reimagine fucking gardening, we're gonna teach kids physics, and we're not gonna use solar panels. Fuck solar panels.
Yeah, that was fucking.
That was so. How do you respond to that?
My main like critical takeaways of that so far is I don't get why he's got beef with solar panels. I don't think. Maybe he just doesn't like Elon Musk, because Elon Musk pretty much has like a vice grip on that entire market with Solar City.
Perhaps. I don't know.
I also don't like that he calls
Musk.
abortion the A word. That really fucking bothered me.
I think it's brilliant that he's pro-life, dude. Like I really do.
I don't want to talk about that. Like just fucking.
I'm just saying. Like I'm indifferent, like on the subject because like but like, you know, most people. It's kind of strange. It's like most people in Hollywood are more like okay, like you know how Hollywood kind of.
Is he a part of Hollywood though?
Fuck yeah, I'd call it because he's a fucking huge major celebrity.
Well, yeah, but that Hollywood's movies though. He's a musician.
You know what I mean though. It's L.A.
Yeah.
You know it's the Los Angeles.
He's a celebrity.
West
He's in the
Coast,
media.
West
He's in the
Coast celebrity.
news.
He's in that media. And the one big thing that he said that I really when he talked about the media and the music industry, when he talked about that stuff, he was right on the money.
Yeah.
When he was talking about politics, that's when he's full utopian fucking Jim Jones. But when he's talking about, he really knows his shit about the record industry and about the way the media tries to fucking paint a narrative about somebody, because he's been vilified in the media more than anybody else, and usually it is for speaking the truth. And right now he really has been speaking the truth about the music industry. Like he's been doing that since 2013, man. New Slaves. Like, go listen to the song New Slaves. It fucking lays out.
It's a good song.
It lays it out right there on the fucking table.
It's a good album. Yeezus.
That's my favorite Kanye album. That's right up there with like
really?
That's right up there with some of my favorite albums ever.
I don't know what my favorite Kanye one would be.
But it don't matter. Like what's gonna be upsetting is it's gonna be a lot harder to enjoy his music if he becomes president. Like that's like try watching a Ronald Reagan movie.
I've wanted to.
They're not good, dude.
Have I showed you that clip of Reagan in some movie where he goes up to some woman? It's like his wife.
Fucking slaps her.
Yeah, he does. He slaps the fuck out of her. Or what does he say? He's like, go on, get going. She's like, but I like it here. He's like, I said,
get going.
I like it here. And then like he just gets up, silent. Well, I can change that in a hurry. Just slaps the fuck out of her.
Wow.
2 terms.
I mean, it's not like he wrote that. He's just an actor.
I know.
He's all just like.
It's still fucking hilarious.
That's great, dude. He was in one movie with a chimp. And it was like called Bonzo. It was like
yeah, Bonzo.
And I know that because the Ramones wrote a song called Bonzo Goes to Bitburg, which was about about this, like, he did some weird speech in the 80s in Germany where he was like talking about Holocaust. He was talking about like Holocaust victims, and he was like saying that like
tear down this wall.
No. He was it was weird. It's like he was in Bitburg, Germany, and he's giving this weird speech talking about how we gotta memorialize like everybody that died in World War II, and it's like even the Nazis and the Ramones, who were all fucking Jewish, they thought that was bullshit, so they wrote a song called Bonzo Goes to Bitburg, and it's really fucking good.
The Raymonds.
I don't know. Fucking love the Ramones, dude.
I feel like they're overrated.
Are you shitting me? They're overrated. They're overrated in the same way that Nietzsche is overrated, bro.
I've never heard of Nietzsche.
Because they were so foundational that like everybody's just picked them apart and listened to them so much that like you don't even realize how important they were. They literally like
yeah.
They fucking blew
okay, yeah. Now that I'm thinking about
they
it,
blew
like
the door open for punk rock.
Yeah,
they were the first They were the first like the Velvet Underground was primordial punk rock, but Ramones were the first punks.
But the context in which I saw them, like punk rock had already been around for a while, so I got to listen to all these other groups that like branched out, and then for them, it's like they're like the very like basic level of it, I guess.
Hit it, D-Day. Let's go.
I like that one song they have that's in School of Rock.
That is Bonzo. That is Bonzo Goes to Bitburg.
No, it's fucking My Brain's Hanging Upside Down.
That one's good too. Also, there's another good one called what the fuck is it? It's called Teenage Lobotomy or something like that. And it's like that one's about like these chemicals that they used to spray everywhere for like bugs called DDT, and like the fucking hook is DDT did a job on me, now my brain is history.
Lobotomies are fucking creepy. I was looking at this Reddit thread last night and it was just pictures of people before and after lobotomies. They all just had like dead eyes and just like these retarded ass smiles on their face.
God, that'd be horrible, dude.
Yeah.
Maybe that's
is that still around?
Nah, that's more like some like old school psychotherapy. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Like, oh, my wife's crazy. She must need a fucking piece of her brain. I'm gonna send her to the funny farm to fucking have a piece of her brain torn out. Or
it's
whatever.
Like back when they had leeches.
Yeah,
to
dude.
Take out the bad blood.
It's like if the hypnosis didn't work, if the shock therapy didn't work, they just say fuck it. It's like you ever read One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest?
No.
Just watch the movie with Nicholson.
Jack Nicholson.
It's not quite as it's not quite on the like it's a good movie. I've never finished it.
I've seen it on Netflix a bunch and I've just never watched it.
They got it on Netflix now because they made like a fucking show that was like based on it.
Oh really?
Yeah, it's got Sarah Paulson, but
I don't know who that is.
She's a good actress. She was in the OJ show.
The OJ show?
The OJ show, the one with John Travolta. Remember Cuba Gooding Jr. was OJ?
No.
Dude.
I didn't know there was a show about OJ.
You want to talk about a really weird casting choice for OJ Simpson? Fucking Cuba Gooding Jr., bro. They put radio in the driver's seat of the fucking of that white Bronco. You know what I mean? It's great. It's actually pretty good. I like it.
Fucking radio.
I like it, dude. I killed my wife. I didn't do it.
Yeah, but say it like radio.
No.
That's what I'm imagining.
I'm not black. I'm OJ. I can't do it. No, fuck that.
If it does not fit, you must acquit.
Yeah, I don't remember much of that show, but I remember the guy that was Johnny Cochran was great, and Cuba Gooding.
I feel like Cuba should have been Johnny Cochran.
Cuba Gooding was dude. The guy they got looked just like Cochran, and like
maybe it was him.
Cuba Gooding, dude, that dude's been
get
dead
the lawyer from Seinfeld
on site. But Cuba Gooding Jr. is OJ. I think that's a funny. It's a good pick. That's a really funny pick. God, I got nothing to say, man.
Remember Daddy Daycare? They made a sequel and they replaced Eddie Murphy with Cuba Gooding Jr.
Are you shitting me?
They replaced like the entire cast with like people that kind of look alike. I don't know. I mean, like in Hollywood, they're just like, oh, like no.
Why would they even make a sequel to Daddy Daycare? I remember watching that shit when I was a kid and thinking this is pretty like this is pretty subpar.
I mean, Eddie Murphy's Eddie Murphy, but I just think it's hilarious that they're like, oh yeah, like just get another black guy, no one will notice.
Yeah, dude, word. They did the same thing in Iron Man. They replaced Terrence Howard with Don Cheadle.
Oh,
I'm happy. I was happy with that though, because like I feel like I don't know, man. I don't know. Terrence Howard also he created his own like type of math.
What?
Look it up, man. Terrence Howard is just he's playing 3D chess. You know, he's on another level. He legit tried to make his own kind of math called teriology, and I think the fundamental idea behind it is that zero doesn't exist or some stupid shit like
what?
that.
No,
dude, it makes no sense. It's like 1 plus 0 equals I don't fuck, dude.
Okay, so this little blurb on Google says because Empire star Terrence Howard believes that 1 times 1 equals 2.
Yeah, that's
in a recent interview with Rolling
dude.
Stone, that can only be described as absolutely insane. Howard proclaimed that we've been doing math all wrong and has his own mathematical theory called teriology.
There it is.
The true universal math. RZA talks a lot about mathematics in the Tao of Wu.
Is he much of a math guy? He a numbers guy? He run them numbers?
Well, I mean, the way I interpreted it at least is that like mathematics is just like absolutes in life, which I think there's like kind of like Like
I couldn't tell you nothing about
only
that.
a Sith deals in absolutes.
I don't know nothing about math,
except
like,
in math. Well, no.
honestly,
Math is absolute because like if you have one thing and then you have another of one thing, then you have two things. And you like that's how it works. Like 1 + 1 is 2. That's an absolute. It's mathematics.
Okay, I got you.
There's other shit in life.
The problem is like I'm so fucking dumb on that shit that like somebody could present me with 1 × 1 = 2, and I'd probably fucking if they talk to me hard enough into it, I'd fucking believe it because I'm just bad with numbers.
No, like you just gotta say it out loud. 1 times like 1 times is 1.
Dude, man.
1 2 times is 2.
Mad love to Terrence Howard for just genuinely like living in his own world. Like, you know what I mean? Like that dude, like he honestly can't be stopped. Like, because he literally like he just like
imagine
if you can't convince him of an absolute, like, dude, the world is his.
Just imagine being so conceited that you don't name your theory off of your last name but your first name. Teriology.
I'm practicing teriology.
There's this guy I work with named Terry.
Years.
He's from Texas, and he's kind of he reminds me a lot of Boomhauer because like I can tell like he's like a funny guy with like interesting shit to say, but I just can't understand him.
I'm not that dang on. I'm like that dang on Rubik's cube.
Yeah, pretty much. And he has like a dark blue Prius, so it looks a lot like my car. So like I've like mistakenly walked up to his, and he's gone up to mine a few times. And he'll oh yeah, I see you driving the Fit. I got a similar car. Accent on my car a little bit bigger though. They're just like, all right, bud.
That's great.
He's a funny guy.
There you go. You got stuff.
There's a bunch of
mixing it up. It's getting mixed up.
I don't know, like I'm just trying to like appreciate the little things more. It's like everyone you meet is just a fucking character. Like even if they're just a total fucking knob, like just Steve from Minecraft. Like
sure.
like I don't like everyone's fucking weird. Like especially people who have a lot of fucking problems who are like they're just not successful, which are a lot of people working at pizza places.
Word.
I don't know.
The way I look at it, man, I look at it this way. People are characters, but it's like this. No matter you got to look at everybody in every conversation, and you got to assume there's something interesting about this person.
Yeah.
And if you talk to him long enough, you'll hear it. Like I think Jordan Peterson in one of his Rules for Life book, he one of the rules is always assume somebody knows something that you don't know.
Ooh, I like that.
Yeah, man, it's a good rule. It's a good rule of thumb. Another I'm starting to read that book. I'm reading like 3 books right now. It's like
I need to start reading another book.
I'm also reading Aldous Huxley's Doors of Perception, which is one of the first books ever written about like that's kind of the first ever literary psychoanalytical book about psychedelic experience. Because it was written by a writer and kind of philologist kind of guy named Aldous Huxley in the 50s.
Philologist?
Yeah, you know, like
what's that?
It's like philosophical writing that kind of just rants. It's like what Kanye does. It's like just you're just saying shit, but you're actually piecing it together in a mindful philosophical way. I think I could be wrong on that, but that's given what I've been reading, because like Nietzsche was a philologist, and like honestly reading him, it kind of sounds like listening to a Kanye rant, because he's just kind of like right off the bat he's shitting on other philosophers. He's saying I'm right, you're wrong, this is why, but I'm also gonna go into a million contingencies. That's
who is Kanye shitting
that's
on?
A horrible generalization. The music industry.
Oh,
the fucking world, the politics.
Okay, but not like anyone specific.
But Aldous Huxley wrote this in the 50s, and it was basically he took some mescaline, and then he had a guy by him to ask him like questions like how agreeable is everything, like how just general questions, and he kind of just recounted his experiences. But it's a quick book, like I'm sure you can get it online. But Doors of Perception, it's where the Doors got their name.
Ooh.
Yeah. And honestly, it's where like all of the kind of far out hippie culture, like it all kind of stems from like that writing, and then what Ken Kesey and like Timothy Leary would later kind of like expand upon. But Aldous Huxley is a lot more clear than anything Leary talked about. It's a good read, and it's like, and man, it's like fucking, it's like it talks about some trippy shit. It's like all the stuff If you ever do psychedelics, like it makes sense. Like reading it is like it makes sense. The kind of clarity he's talking about seeing, like the quote, "The doors of perception." It comes from a William Blake quote. That's like, if the doors of perception were cleansed, everything would appear to man as it is, infinite. Yeah, man.
What's that supposed to mean?
It means that you're looking at life through a wall, and occasionally a door opens that shows everything how the world actually is. And there's a lot of those doors, and some of those doors lead to a low place, like an opioid, and some of them lead to a high place, like some cocaine or a cigarette, and then some of them just show you the whole thing. And that's once again a horrible bastardization, generalization of what William Blake and Huxley were trying to say. But for people in the 50s who had never even been able to be around like mushrooms or peyote or LSD as it was created, it was a time when people's perspectives and shit started really changing. It's very fascinating to me. So I'm trying to read more like more people do that. And Aldous Huxley also wrote Brave New World, which is kind of a precursor to 1984.
Yeah.
And I don't know. Books. I'm also reading a book by Alan Watts called The Human Cosmology or something like that. I just started it, but it's also about it's kind of a more spiritual analysis of like psychedelic substances. He wrote that in the early 60s. And then I'm reading Jordan Peterson's 12 Rules for Life, which is where the always assume someone that comes from. The other rules are great too. You know what the first rule is? Stand up straight with your shoulders back. With your head up and your shoulders back.
I try to do that. I mean, I know I'm slouching right now.
It's hard to do. It's so easy to slouch.
You just gotta pay attention to it.
But if you do it, like stuff starts happening for you, man. Because you look more confident.
You look like you know what you're doing.
Exactly, and you look taller. You don't look like a fucking hunchback spazoid. Like everybody I know nowadays has got the fucking nerd neck from the fucking.
Yeah, we're all looking at our phones.
Looking at the damn telephone.
The telephone.
The tele.
I like calling it a telephone or a cell phone.
I feel like sometimes I feel like such a fucking old man, dude.
Yeah, me too. But we're getting there.
God, it's gonna be disgusting whenever we're actually old, bro.
There's 16-year-olds that were born in 2004.
We'll just start getting racist. Like, you know what I mean? We're gonna get older, gonna get racist.
Start getting racist.
Like, it's just it's gonna happen. I was
yeah.
I actually wasn't doing anything. I was just need to clear my throat.
Oh.
That's a horrible place to end it on here. We're gonna get racist, bro. We're gonna get racist. We're
gonna get really, really racist.
Yeah, let's do it.
So something Kanye was talking about in the interview, because I don't know, like this is the only thing I can really think of to talk about. I got nothing
to talk about. It's just other podcasts. Like
the Joe Rogan experience. I remember before the Joe Rogan podcast was on Spotify, I was searching for it one day, and I found a podcast called the Joe Rogan Experience, and it was just two fucking assholes like us just talking about the latest Joe Rogan episode.
Okay, thank God that's not us. I mean, I know we talk about it, and we talk about other podcasts, but at least we're talking about like books and other shit. And
yeah.
But okay, go ahead. What was he saying?
So he was talking about how. Like just like with Black History Month, and then just the way American history is taught, it's sort of ingrained. It's like, well, he kind of, I feel like he was kind of teetering on like we should forget certain parts of history, which I think is really dangerous. And I know we've talked about that on here before, but like he's also saying like, how come we always like every Black History Month, you know, like they're just showing footage of like black people getting hosed down or just like beaten by the police while like no one does anything. He's like, this is how it was.
No, I agree. I agree with that completely.
Yeah,
like that part was one of the more lucid parts. That was one of his more lucid points.
I think he had a lot of lucid points.
I agree with that completely.
I think he had a lot of lucid points, and it does sort of seem like he's just fucking going off the rails, like just saying whatever the fuck he wants, completely off the cuff. But like the first 30 minutes is just him ranting, but he wraps it all up together eventually, and then Rogan starts asking him questions.
Yeah, and it's like I said, I've never been more convinced that like the dude's a genius, but it's, you know, also in his words, name one genius that ain't crazy.
Yeah.
So
every really smart person I've known, like in school and stuff, like they were in like some like advanced level class, like they had to pay for it in some other way. Like I remember I was friends with this dude, and he was in like it was in 6th grade. He was like in like some advanced science class, and he was like 2 years ahead in math. And we were friends on RuneScape. We were friends on RuneScape,
nerd, bro.
And like we would play together. And he was just horrendous at spelling. Like math and science,
I
like he had a great understanding
I would give that shit up in an instant. I wish I could understand like physics and shit. Like I wish I could understand math. Like,
I don't know. Like it's like it's. I'm not being like
your computer fixes that shit for you. Fucking no.
Yeah, but like I don't know. Like my younger brother, he like I'll see on a Snapchat story, he doesn't know the difference between sense, like SENSE, and since SINCE.
That's funny.
Yeah, well, like that's really common, or like R and hour, like OUR.
I blame English. We're like one of the only languages that does that shit. That has like same sounding.
A bunch of homophones.
Yeah, homophones.
Yeah,
fucking homophobic.
Well, yeah, but like that's what fucking school's for. Like, did you not learn anything in the 13 fucking years of here's how to read and write, here's how the alphabet works.
Teaches you how to be homophonic.
13 years of one language, just one language, and you don't know what fucking homophones are. That and all the fucking idiots out there who put the apostrophe on the wrong end of dates.
Dude, we should just come on to the next podcast just speaking another language. We should just be like speaking Italian or like Romansh.
Well, I shop so much I can speak Italian.
I feel like at some point in my life, at some point in everybody's life, it's probably worthwhile to learn a little bit of occupational Spanish.
Yeah.
If you live in America.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Comprende. And
I wish I could speak Spanish.
I always feel like such a Gentile every time I eat at a fucking Mexican restaurant because
Hola.
Yeah, let me get the enchiladas ranchero. Like I don't know. Like
Melamo and Hosh.
Yeah, and then it's like it's like a Peggy Hill moment every fucking time.
It's such a good episode.
And then it's like they pronounce it right, and then I'm like, oh yeah, of course.
It's so easy to tell the difference between like a Peggy Hill Spanish speaker and then someone who's fluent.
No es aquí. I don't know.
Hablo español. ¿Cómo es? It's like the way they say the words too. Like they have. It's like they don't have an American dialect. Like white people who really understand Spanish. I used to work like when I was working at Palin Music. I don't know if I've told you this story or said it on here, but I was trying to help this family. They had 2 kids who were trying to rent a trumpet and a trombone, and the parents did not speak English very well. And they had this 14-year-old girl, and she was like translating between me to her parents, and I'm trying to explain to them this like instrument insurance policy, which is optional, but like it also like you get a bunch of free repairs with it and stuff, and like I'm just trying to explain that in a way that this 14-year-old girl can explain to her parents. And I had to go get this other guy who I work with.
Jesus.
He's white, but he speaks fluent Spanish. And he walks up, he just says like one thing, like you can tell like he speaks Spanish from the way he said it, and like there's just a wave of relief on their faces.
That's hard, man.
Just like get this fucking gringo out of here.
You'd feel the same way if you went to any other country and they were speaking some shit you didn't understand. Like, I mean,
how entitled are Americans though that we just expect everyone else to speak English,
dude,
but we don't learn any other language?
We're the one country where like nobody here is bilingual or multilingual. Like it's a testament to the power of like our minds to be able to learn multiple languages, because we can, but only if you're really encultured. Only if you're around people that are really fucking speaking.
Well,
that
isn't
shit.
America supposed to be a melting pot of culture?
Yeah, but it was fundamentally created by the Gentiles. You know what I mean? Like it's
white supremacy is still around for a reason.
Yeah, it's still there. But I don't know. Okay, I'll tell you one thing about the mushroom trip. So I kind of like, all the people that were there with me.
Did you understand French?
No. What happened was they were all talking to me, but I couldn't understand what they were saying because their words were coming out as like a jarbled mess.
Yeah, but I've heard that happen.
But I could hear.
Before.
But here's the thing, man. I could hear like the roots of words, and I could hear the emotion behind. I could feel the emotion behind the words.
So you're like a dog.
And yeah, and the weird thing was, man, it's like it all felt very, maybe it was just how my mind, but it all felt very biblical. And like, in the things they were saying, they all felt like primordial Indian root words, like from Sanskrit, like Veda and Rishna and mantra and yoga and shit like that. And that's all I got to say about that. Like, but the point is, it made me kind of sort of feel like maybe there's something deeper than language. Maybe there's a deeper form of communication than language, and I think it might be music. Maybe, I don't know, but like
I think music is definitely a different form of communication.
Predates in the words of Ian Mackay, music is a form of communication that predates language.
It's also a universal language.
Yeah, so I mean, maybe.
No, it is
either,
because if I'm downstairs and I'm playing something on the drum kit, and then someone comes in here like they don't speak English, they're not American, like they don't know anything. But they know how to play the bass. They might. We're gonna we'll be fine.
Yeah.
Universal language.
I think that's all I got to talk. I think that's all I got to talk about today.
Oh really?
Well, how much time we got? How much time we got?
We're at 35 minutes.
All right, give me something. Throw me something. Throw me an idea.
Space.
Man, fuck it. We should go into the ocean.
Okay, yeah, that's what I'm fucking saying. I remember.
We were like.
I've always thought that we should
Maybe we should go to Mars. I heard that like there might be life on Mercury or whatever the fuck. But
does Mercury have a solid surface?
I don't fucking. Maybe it's not.
Thought it had a
maybe
gaseous
it's like
atmosphere.
I heard they found like evidence of like a biological atmosphere, some shit like that on like one of the planets like next to Earth.
I know they found. I think it was water. Like
what on Mars?
Yeah, it was like
Mars?
underneath the soil. Or like underneath the surface or something. I don't know. This is a while ago.
Oh man, look at those cavemen go! It's the freakiest show. Let's go underwater.
Water.
You want to see aliens?
I do want to go underwater.
You want to see aliens? Go fucking underwater. We've barely scratched the surface. James Cameron went 20,000 feet under, and that's
just to raise the bar.
And that's barely scratching the fucking surface, dude. So like, let's go underwater. Let's see those primordial Lovecraftian monsters, and let's unleash hell underwater.
The problem with that is we're gonna go underwater, and we're gonna find oil.
Maybe.
No, we're gonna find something, and then some fucking company's gonna stick their dick in the earth and summon Cthulhu. I almost said summon Hulu. Summon Cthulhu. Summon Hulu.
Maybe. I mean,
there was a South Park about it.
There was. I forgot about that.
We're sorry. We've changed our name from BP to DP. We no longer fuck the earth.
So, honestly, man, like, I mean, look, no matter what, we're gonna use the resources that we're given. It's fucked up, but it's just gonna happen. So if they find more oil, they find more oil. You know what I mean? Gas prices go down. Like it's that's what it is. But like what I'm more curious about with going underwater is just like the life that you're gonna find. You know, we didn't realize there were giant squids until like 10 years ago. That's fucking crazy.
Those are only the ones that have washed up onto shore.
Yeah, dude, giant fucking squids.
I remember the first time I saw a picture of one of those, I had nightmares.
Think about how big that might be.
Oh yeah, like, dude, their eyes are like 6 feet wide.
Those shits down there are aliens. Like there's got to be even crazier stuff, because imagine what it takes as a biological organism to survive that deep down underwater with that much water pressure on you, where it's that dark.
Yeah, like, you're gonna look otherworldly.
What does it take to find food? What does it take to survive? You don't even know. How does it even like know it's
it's got to have like a completely different like bodily system, because it's yeah
exactly it's got to be beyond our comprehension. And beyond our cosmic understanding of what, like, you know, what life could be.
Yeah.
And maybe we'll find that in space too. I don't fucking know.
I think our idea of what aliens are and what like extraterrestrial life looks like in just outer space, I think a lot of it is just based off of deep sea creatures. It's you watch like Blue Planet or like the Deep Oceans episode of Planet Earth. And like they add in a bunch of like alien sounding sound effects just to.
Shit's phenomenal, man.
I know, it's crazy.
You watch Night on Earth, man. You seen that?
I think I have.
It's like Planet Earth, but like nighttime footage. It's fucking brilliant. Okay, but like, I'll tell you one other interesting thing, like relating to psychedelics. So like, there's when people take like either DMT or ayahuasca or like a really powerful psychedelic agent, a lot of people describe like meeting like a being.
The elves.
Yeah, exactly. And the thing is, historically, as our cultures have changed, that being has changed because it always seems to relate to our ultimate like idea of the unknown.
You think the drugs are changing, or the things are changing?
Our culture is changing, and therefore our perception of what the unknown is changing. Because in medieval times, people describe seeing elves. And if you look at any artwork, anytime you see elves or fairies, it's always like a lot of times it's drawn with the Amanita muscaria mushroom, like the stereotypical red and white mushroom, which is psychedelic.
Yeah. Okay.
And but then it became something different. Then it became like well, I guess like that's like call that like mid 14, 15, 1600, whatever. And then nowadays it's aliens.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like people describe like Graham Hancock, like he described seeing like a stereotypical gray alien with bulbous eyes when he did DMT. Like a lot of people like say they'll see aliens or have like come into contact with an alien, and like I don't know what that means. I think it is.
So do you think?
I think it is in your head, but I also think it's almost like you're meeting like the ultimate. You're going into the ultimate realm of the unknown.
Do you think? This is again off of the Joe Rogan with Alex Jones. So is it like removing a filter and like opening a gate? Like you see stuff that's already there, but we just can't perceive it when we're sober.
If the doors of perception were cleansed, everything would appear as it is, infinite.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oof.
Yeah, exactly. And that's why it was fucking. That's why I don't want to talk about it, man. It was painful.
I'm sorry.
It was cosmic. It was like I saw something that I wish I hadn't seen.
Ooh, I don't like that.
Which is also a Lovecraftian idea. You know, we talked about the story of Cthulhu a few months ago. The main idea behind that is that there's some knowledge that is too powerful for man to understand, to learn. Because the guy learns the story, he learns that the fucking evil monster is in the earth. He wishes he had never found out.
Ignorance is bliss.
Essentially. But also, I'm being a bitch, baby. Like
That's
whatever.
It
was fine. I'm me. I know who the fuck I am, and like I'm not gonna let that shit drag me down. Like some people just go into fucking psychosis on that shit. Like it's
yeah, you're here, you're alive, you're saying things, you're walking around.
It's dangerous.
We were playing music earlier.
It's dangerous to fuck around with. Like Carl Jung said, Carl Jung's response to Aldous Huxley's like findings with mescaline was he said, "Beware of knowledge that you did not earn. Beware of seeking wisdom that you did not earn." And that's why like if you're gonna fucking take fucking mushrooms or LSD, you know, don't treat it like a fucking party drug. Go into it seriously. Go into it expecting to maybe learn something about yourself and maybe see some shit that you didn't want to see, but you might like that might
face
be true.
Some harsh realities.
Yeah. Or maybe you'll just get high as fuck and have a good time. I don't fucking know.
So something that you've talked to me about, and I think that there's probably a lot of merit to it, but I haven't really done any research, is that like Homo sapiens like evolved from like gorillas and chimps eating mushrooms.
Yeah, it's Terrence McKenna's stoned ape theory.
Yeah.
I don't fucking know. Maybe, probably.
I think it's interesting. I think it's worth exploring at least.
If you want, like, just listen to Terrence McKenna talk about it, or if you want like hyphenated, listen to Rogan talk about it because Rogan's really into it. But I don't know. I think the problem is you'll never know. There have been like I think it's been interesting that like archaeologists and chemists have been coming together to study like they're trying to find evidence of early Christians and early Hindus using ergot and mushrooms in like religious ceremonies, which there seems to be a lot of real definitive evidence for. But I'm also I don't know nothing about that.
Well, there's talks of like a magical plant in the Bible. Isn't there?
Yeah, and also in the Rig Veda, the oldest like text known to man, there's that gives reference to the plant soma, and they've never really explained what soma is, but supposedly soma is like a god particle kind of thing that unlocks. It shows you the way. It shows you the truth.
Mm.
And I guarantee it had to be a mushroom. But I don't know, man. Like, I don't know. All right, now I'm out of stuff to talk about.
Okay. Well, I guess we're done. I suppose.